Have you ever had a feeling that your masters, even though you created them yourself, aren't protected? This is not because you're not properly owning your masters the right way. And you may say, well, what do you mean the right way? Well, in today's video, I'm going to show you how to properly own your masters so that it will become difficult for someone to just take them away from you. My goal is to help you understand that owning your sound recordings, which are your masters, in a legal structure properly will prevent theft and infringers and judgments against the very thing that will make you millions in this industry. I've been helping people build their record labels for 5 years now, and it's a walk in the park for me to do. But for you being your first time, it's going to be a little bit difficult until you understand it. So let's just jump in. Determine who or what will own the masters. Now, right now, your sound recordings are sitting on your hard drive. Maybe you even released them to Spotify. However, there isn't proof that you own it or a company owns it. Only the copyright notice that the streaming services put at the bottom of your single or album. That's all that's there. And even though this is true, I've got two solutions. If you desire to remain small, making no more than $200 a month from your music alone, then you should probably own it personally. If you desire to make more than that and build a huge catalog making thousands to millions a year, you should use an LLC as your personal record label. And that's the one that I like. Now, if you desire to grow into a big artist with a lot of releases that makes millions and you do not have a personal record label LLC to represent the release, then taxes will eat up all of your money and you will be prone to lawsuits personally. There's a lot of advanced stuff that you can't see that I've seen. However, if you create the personal record label LLC, even just to make $500 a month, it will save you a lot in taxes along the way, and it will remove liabilities from you personally for a number of reasons and a number of different situations. So create the LLC, open a distributor account with your LLC, that's the key, and then set up a bank account for the personal record label to stash the money in. There's a certain way you do this. It's that easy, but there's a certain way you do this, because if you think this is too much to do, try paying too much in taxes yet again, or being held responsible for an unclear sample or a loop on a track that a producer did not tell you about. I mean, it happens all the time. It's crazy. But at the end of the day, the LLC should own these albums. Now, let me tell you how. We're going to do it by acquiring the rights. Now, you know how you get tracks from a producer and you pay them for the track or buy out their rights? I'm not talking about leases or licenses. I'm talking strictly rights. For many, you do not have an invoice or an agreement to prove that they actually sold you the rights. The key is to get a producer contract in writing. It contains a transfer clause in it that transfers the rights to the LLC. This is how you acquire the rights. Now, if you do not have this contract, you cannot legally own your masters 100%. Once you get this in writing with the signature, then everything else is all good for a little bit. Now, all you have to do is acquire the rights via the transfer clause in the producer contract for the exclusive rights of the musical performance on the sound recording. If this sounds confusing, nearly all producer contracts that are templates have this baked into them already. At the end of the day, building a catalog of masters is about acquiring rights via contract. That's it. That's the process. So let's recap. So far, we've covered ownership and acquisition, but this next part is where most of you guys and your teams will just screw it up, and that's the registration. So stay with me. And side note, if you need a strong business foundation to run your personal record label with funding, grab my 60-day record label system, complete with my funding partners, to fund some of this process. Now we got to register the songs. So you've determined who will own the master and you've acquired the rights to the master. But once you spent all this money that we covered at the very beginning of this video, you know that these rights now need to be protected. You see what I'm saying? So the key is to register these rights that you just acquired with the Copyright Office, period. Because even though you've acquired the rights into your company, which was win number one, you still haven't protected them against infringement. We only protected them against personal liability. So therefore, if you do this part right, you will have acquired the rights and you will protect them against you personally and protect them against outside infringement. This is how you own your masters properly. So upon registration at the Copyright Office, make sure the LLC, which is your personal record label, claims ownership of the sound recording. That is key. This is the easiest registration to do because it only requires your information and your company's information. At the end of the day, owning your masters is all about acquisition and protection, so people don't storm the castle, if you will. So determine the ownership, acquire the rights, and register and protect the rights. The goal is to truly understand how to own and protect your rights properly so you can grow your personal record label. The real question isn't should you do this, it's how much longer can you afford not to. Now, if you need help with doing this step by step, grab my 60-day record label system. It will walk you through this step by step with videos for every step, or join our group strategy calls every Monday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time inside the Music Money Makers community. You can click below to join right now today. And if you think this is too much to do, try paying too much in taxes or being held responsible for an unclear sample or loop on a track that a producer didn't tell you about. As far as acquisition, all producer contracts that are templates have transfer clauses baked in already. However, this is the easiest registration to do because it only requires your information and your company's information. Now, I know you're going to watch quite a few YouTube videos on this topic. Go ahead and dig through my old ones because I got plenty. Or you can just grab yourself the course and save yourself the pain and the time. However, it's going to cost you a headache when one day you have to fight infringement, theft, or you can't leverage your catalog for more money. It will become frustrating, and if you're in a pinch, it can become soul crushing. That's usually when people bow out. And I don't want you to go through that process. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, if you were struggling with understanding how to own your masters properly, you now understand a bit more information and where you can access step-by-step help. Music Money Makers, if you make music, you should always make money. Log on to musicmoneymakeover.com, grab the 60-day record label system, complete with my funding partners, book a call with me right now today, join the Music Money Makers community, grab the free stuff below, and watch this next video right over here to save your career. And I'll see you next time. Peace.